everyone, my name is Birdie and I'm a ceramic artist in Sweden. And today I'm going to be replanting my White Princess Philodendron into this plant pot using a plank. Wow, in this video, it looks so crooked, but I swear it's not crooked. Oh no, it is really crooked. So this is my Philodendron White Princess, and I was asking on Instagram if I should repot it or not, and people said to not repot it unless it needed to, and by doing that I would be checking the roots to see if it was root bound or not. I think no matter what, I'm gonna try to put it in a bigger pot because I saw something on YouTube that said that if you put your philodendron with a, not a moss pole, but a plank, that it will get really big leaves. And I have goals. I really want it to be big and have huge, huge, huge leaves. So I'm going to try repotting it into this pot and hope for the best. I'm a little bit nervous about this. I actually have two White Princess Philodendrons, and I'm going to be trying it first with this one because this one is doing really, really well. It's getting 2 new leaves here, and I just want to set it up for success. And I'm a little bit scared to do this, but you know what? I'm gonna go for it and see what happens. So, I guess I'm gonna just do it right here on the table. I don't really have a good way of catching all of the soil because I just don't have like those things I've seen other YouTubers with, which is like, I don't know, canvas bag that catches all the soil. And yeah, I think I'm gonna just go for it. So I did watch a lot of YouTube videos about philodendrons. I've been kind of obsessed with my plants recently, and it's a little bit dangerous because plants are not that cheap if you end up buying a lot of them. So I'm trying to make sure that I do well in my investment and properly take care of these plants. But the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check the roots for this and see what we're dealing with. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take her out and take a look-see at how she's doing. Here we go. So she probably could be in this pot for a little bit longer from what I've seen on the YouTubes. But my goal is basically to put her into this other pot with a really large plank in it, which hopefully won't be scaling up too much and will give her also just more support to be able to grow. As I said, I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and basically people have advised that you have to look for the back of the plant by looking for the air roots, and then put the plank on the side that the air roots are on, and then use tape to secure it. So that's what we're gonna do here. Gonna put my plank in here, and you know, let me change the angle actually so it's a little bit farther away. So I know this isn't usually what I do. I don't usually make videos about plants because for a long time I actually stopped collecting plants because we were having a really bad thrips problem at home. And then I didn't want to get any new plants because the thrips were just killing everything. But now I'm in a new studio space. There are no thrips that I've seen, and all new plants are being isolated for several weeks before being added to the collection. And everyone's been doing pretty well. I'm a little bit nervous about spring though, because since I do have a studio basement, bugs do come in. And I remember last autumn I did have a problem with spider mites actually on some of the ivy plants. And I don't know if that came from the outside or if the plants already had it. But those ones had to be basically just tossed because those spider mites just rip through those plants so quickly. I've been really careful about having any of the plants actually near any open windows and just making sure that I check them a lot. I need to actually do like a neem oil spray and everything. And if you can't tell, I've been really obsessing about the plants this year. Really want to take good care of them, and I am scarred for life after having thrips, and I just hope that never happens again. Anyway, so it might be weird that I'm putting a plank in here instead of a moss pole, and it is funny because I did buy moss poles, but after watching more and more videos, apparently in moss poles you have to just keep them constantly wet for you to actually get the benefits of having the plant grow and benefit from the moss pole itself. And it's apparently really high maintenance actually. So I wanted to go for something that was a little bit easier, and I've seen people have really good success with using planks, which kind of act like a tree in their more natural environment so they can cling onto something. Want to give it a go. So I'm gonna try it with my philodendron here. And I did mix soil ahead of time. It's a mix of cocoa coir, potting soil, perlite, and some orchid bark, and worm castings. So you're gonna see here then, I think I might actually add a little bit of orchid bark as well. And I'm pretty sure some plant person's gonna come for me and say that I did something wrong, but you know what? Like, I'm doing my best. So here's my potting soil mix with a lot of cocoa coir and some soil, worm castings, and other things like I mentioned. And my understanding is that you want it to be a pretty nice soil that gets a lot of air so you can avoid overwatering. And I'm gonna try to get my plank in here. The thing I'm a little bit worried about is getting this to actually stay straight, because it is a plastic pot. And I don't currently have a planter that's big enough for this, which is a little bit funny. But yeah, I'm working on that. So hopefully that's gonna be enough. And I'm actually gonna try to keep her as intact as possible just to transfer her over here and make sure that those aerial roots are towards the back. So in a lot of the videos I saw, they had the plank right up against the plant, and I can't do that because there are leaves in the way. So I don't know if I'm supposed to like shove it against there, or maybe I just leave it like this and then just allow the plant to grow a little bit towards the plank. Because as you can see, the philodendron is really small compared to the plank. Hopefully this will be okay. I'm trying to keep as much of the original soil as I can. And then get all that stuff in there. So my goal here is hopefully that the pot itself won't feel that much bigger. Actually, for this plant, I will be really careful about how much I water it and just keeping an eye to see how it goes. I am currently doing this in the early spring. It is the middle of April at the moment. I feel a little bit weird making plant videos and talking like I know things about plants, but the reality is I don't know anything about plants. I have only really started this plant journey about a week ago, and I've been watching a lot of videos from Crazy Plant Guy, Becca with Plants, Everything Plants, who I think is the one who actually was talking about the plants on planks. I'll be sure to link them in the description too if you want to check out their videos, because I've been really, really liking their content. But at the moment, this is what we have. The plank feels a little bit wobbly, so I'm gonna see if I can get it down a little bit. But now I'm wondering, am I supposed to tape it now? Is it too soon? My understanding at least is that you want the aerial roots right on the plank. But my plant doesn't grow that way yet. So what do? Do I just let it grow a little bit before doing that? Or maybe I can just use like a string to start training it to grow in that direction. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna take a string to start training it to grow in that direction so it can grow towards the plank. All right, I'm gonna tie this so that it starts growing towards the plank. I'm really nervous because there's a really big leaf right here that's quite pretty. Maybe, am I supposed to angle it upwards? I'm so scared of hurting this plant. You know what, we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna just start training it to grow in the correct direction. Just using a little bit of twine. I know somebody's gonna come at me and be like, oh, I did something wrong or something like that, and it's okay. Okay, done. Is it? It's so hard to say because I think that the aerial roots are kind of twisting, and I did my best to make sure that the back was actually on the back. But yeah, I need to be really careful with this because this plank is really, really flimsy actually. And I'm a little bit worried about that. But yeah, okay, we will see what happens. Well, I did my best. This is my plant. It is my White Princess Philodendron, and it is now repotted into a slightly bigger pot with a plank to give it a little bit of support. And I have tied some twine to hopefully start training it to grow in this direction. And I'm really hoping this will work, but I'm also really nervous it's not gonna work. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I can pull it a little bit more. The videos I had seen of people doing this, they use tape to really train the plant to go towards the plank. I don't really have tape right now, and there's just so little space to tape. So I'm gonna just use this twine instead for now. And then when it gets a little bit bigger, I will probably use some tape to start training it then. But for now, we're gonna start with this. So yeah, I know people are gonna come at me and be like, you did something wrong, you should never replanted it. I know that, but I'm gonna try my best, and we did my best. I did my best. So I guess let me know if I did do something wrong, because I am curious, like, I did something right? Also let me know, because that's also really nice to hear sometimes. So we're gonna see what happens then with this plant on a plank. And this is just like a basic plank that I got from some of the wood pallets I got from a delivery, and it's nothing special. Hopefully it works out. I know someone's gonna be like, oh, you should use cedar because I'm molding, but I think as long as this plank isn't constantly wet, it's not gonna be a problem. Guess we'll see what happens. All right, that's the end of this video. It's a plant video, but there will probably be a follow-up pottery video because this pot is too big for the current pots that I have. So that means I'm gonna have a new project, and I'm gonna have to make a planter for my new plant on a plank. So yeah, I guess that's kind of it. Hope you like this little plant video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, bye.